When it comes to selling your home, the McKinstry Company will guide you through the entire process.
When you're selling your property, there are two key obligations that will be upon you in terms of the missive, which is the contract that governs both the sale and purchase. Number one being that you provide vacant possession of the property on the day of settlement. And number two being that you deliver a valid and marketable title. A valid and marketable title is essentially a good title that the seller has to the property. And by that I mean it is showing that you own all that you occupy. When you're looking to sell your home, typically you will either advertise the home through a solicitor who offers estate agency or an estate agent by themselves. So the first point of contact that you want to have is with either your solicitor or your estate agent in order to get the transaction moving forward. When you're putting your property on the market, it is better that you do that forewarned. And in order to do that, there are some key documents that you should start to look out. Now these will be your title deeds. Now some people may hold their title deeds, or they may be with a solicitor, or if they have a mortgage, they could be with their mortgage lender. So if you establish what applies to you, and if you do have a mortgage, you want to be looking at your most recent mortgage statement, which will contain your mortgage account number, and this will allow your solicitor to request your title deeds. In addition to requesting your title deeds, it will also allow them to request what's called a redemption statement. Now a redemption statement is just exactly as it sounds. It's what you will require to pay your mortgage lender in order for them to release the property from the charge which they hold over it. You also should start to look out any building control documentation that you have for the property. So if you've carried out an extension or a conservatory or the like, then you want to look out all your planning and building control documents, as these will be required by the incoming purchaser. A home report is the document that each seller now needs to provide when they're selling their property. There are always exceptions to this, so for example, if you're buying a new build property from a builder, they don't need to provide a home report, but typically all other sellers will. Now a home report contains three key parts. The first being the survey and valuation. This will contain the value of the property as the surveyor has placed upon it. It will also raise other matters that the surveyor considers appropriate or necessary in order to sell the property, such as it may highlight that there are outstanding roof repairs to the property. The property questionnaire or seller's questionnaire contains a vast amount of information, and it's given by the seller of the property, and it will highlight certain things like council tax banding, or alternatively any access issues that they have, or if you access the property via a private road. The Energy Performance Certificate is just as it sounds. It tells you how efficient the property is. When you're selling your property, you should consider various areas, and one of the key ones that I think is that you should consider whether you should have a pre-inspection carried out by your surveyor prior to your home report, because this will highlight certain issues that you can address or deal with prior to putting your house on the market in order to make it as marketable as possible for any incoming purchasers.
Celebrating 30 years, the McKinstry Company, a law firm for life.